The silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet.
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Ability Matters, the program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. We are one of the longest running disability-related shows in the world, starting as Headway On Air all the way back in 2007 and now brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability support organisation.
Yes, that's right, Sean. Of course, this is Ability Matters on your local station, VOX FM 106.9, and I'm your host today. I'm Tony Scott Emilio, and with me as per normal, always back after a long period off there, my co-host Alan. How are you, Alan?
Good, thank you, Tony. How's yourself, mate?
I'm better now you're back, buddy.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Even though Beck's been doing a good job of filling in so far.
Yep.
And yes, of course, I want to thank Tim for the past 2 hours of his lovely show, Through the Past Darkly. Good stuff, Tim. Don't ever change, buddy. Good work.
Also, we've got Mel here. She's going to tell us about her brain injury, what she goes through on a day-to-day basis. And
her situation, her circumstances.
Yes, that's right, yes. About a brain injury and all that. So how about we go to one song and then we'll come back to the interview. Oh, by the way, welcome, Mel.
Well, thank you, Alan. Thank you, Tony.
Beautiful. Okay, but of course, so the weather these days, if you look outside, if you can see outside, it's looking to be a pretty sun and very hot day today. I think the exact, at the moment right now, the official number is 21.3 degrees, but it feels like 20. But from what I've been hearing, it's supposed to be hot today. Like
it's
close
31.
To 30. Oh, well, yeah.
It's 31 on my watch now.
Okay, well, it's 19 and 29 today on this. Misread, listeners. It's 31 degrees, so it's going to be a very hot day today. So, and I also heard on the Google this morning there's going to be a suspected blackouts and everything because everyone's overpowering their air conditioning at once or something like that. So I don't know how accurate that's going to be. But anyway, let's just get into the music, thank you. I'm going to open up today with The Animals and It's My Life featuring Eric Burdon from 1965. Yeah. And as I said before, that was just The Animals with It's My Life featuring Eric Burdon from 1965. And now we'll go over to Alan and Mel.
Thank you, Tony. Mel, tell us how and when your injury occurred.
Okay, it occurred about 8 years ago. Basically what happened is I had back surgery. It was hard recovery, and then I believe 3 months later I was in hospital with a kidney infection and went septic. And then also after that I had woken up with no motor skills, no memory. So I had lost my walking, my talking, my eating and memory altogether. So when I got home, I didn't remember anything. So didn't remember my kids, didn't remember family, and I was, basically trying to relive my life again and try and work myself into my family and all that, what I've got to do now. So, I
bet you that was a bit of a shock for you, to come home and...
It is very hard, and especially when you've got them so supportive, but you're not to remember exactly who they are. It's a very hard thing to do, yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. What part of the brain has been affected?
Okay, so the part of the brain that's been affected is the frontal lobe.
Yep.
So basically that controls my involuntary movements and everything like that, which is placed in the back part of where the actual front of the brain is itself. Right. It has about, a third of the contel of the sign there that actually controls everything of my motor skills and the memory and everything like that.
I'll definitely agree with that one.
So it does control a lot of your stuff. So me and
Alan kind of know from experience.
Yes,
the memory part, but the motor skills,
and everything like that.
So on a day-to-day basis, do you have troubles remembering things, or is it, say a week down the line you forget that you've done it?
So, yeah, basically what happens is unless I do it repetitively, I don't remember exactly what goes on. So it might happen that a week later I've done something. If someone says to me, well, do you remember when we did this or do you remember when we did that? I'm like, yeah, no. But sometimes it would be like, oh, yeah, I remember it. But it's just that I haven't sort of done. But, yes, it is hard, but I actually have come to terms with it and to know that, you know, that's just what it is.
I went through the same thing, and as I said to you before, I started writing a book or diary or whatever people want to call it, and
keeping track of things.
Yeah, of what I was doing that day, and then later on go back, read through it, and say, oh, yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
That's exactly what I do. Or I use my phone. I've got an actual notes in my phone and I'll write down everything in my phone. Yeah. And I go back on my phone and just read exactly what's been done. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great. Well, Tony, we'll go back to some music now.
Alrighty, I've got the Eagles lined up with One of These Nights from 1975. And yes, that was just Renee and Renato from the 1983 with Save Your Love.
Mel.
Back to Mel and to Alan.
All right, thank you, Tony. Mel, do you have a lot of strategies in place for day-to-day living?
Yes, I do have a lot of strategies. I talk to family and friends a lot when I'm having problems.
Yeah.
I also use mindfulness. I listen to music because I really, really love music. I like to go for walks, especially bush walks and walking along the water because I find it really peaceful.
Yeah.
I also go and see like my psychologist and that, which also helps at the same stage. So, yeah, no, I have quite a bit of things that I have to do. Also got to see like your physios, occupational therapies.
Yeah.
I go to osteo. So there are a lot of things that also help me get into place with when I have my problems with no walking and talking. Right. So, I find that helps get me back with my voice and that as well at the same stage.
So you've really got a busy week.
It does. Yeah, so now me being back at work, I try and fit it all in with work itself. So,
that's
it's
great.
really good. Yeah.
And I gather work's really helpful in this area?
Yes, they are. They're very helpful.
Understanding, that's what it.
They are very understanding and everything like that. So they know about my disability and they are working with me. So
yeah. Oh, that's really good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Has there been a lot of changes in daily living?
It has. It has been a massive change, especially at the beginning. It was a lot of changes. When I got out of hospital, I had a lot of people, like my family and friends, had to come and I wasn't doing anything. Yeah. So basically I had to have people help change me, help feed me, run me to places, help with the kids, take me to all doctor's appointments and everything like that. So for me itself, I do rely on a lot of people to do things for me.
Yes.
I then started getting carers in 2020. So now they've been helping me a lot and so they've seen my journey itself.
Yeah.
So they also do now the same thing and they take me to appointments and help me. They've helped with my goals and all that as well. So, no, it has taken a lot of my... But I've also had good things that happened, which now is that I've actually now moving into a house with my 2 kids.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah, and then I've got a job now, which is, really good. It's helping with my independency. I've started just driving, so I'm going for driving lessons.
That is awesome.
To start driving. So, I haven't driven since 8 years ago, so I'm actually really stoked to go. So,
They say it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
And actually I was going back for my licence.
Yeah.
And the first lesson I had with my OT.
Yeah.
A week later I had a seizure, so that just dropped it straight back again for another 12 months.
Yeah.
But, I'm just going to see how things are going to go. But I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, no, as I said, it has been a lot since it's been happening. Like, basically what happens with my involuntary movements is it takes my whole body out. I thrash everywhere. Goes for about an hour and a half. Yeah. And then I'm out for the rest of the week trying to then get up, walk, talk, feed and all that. And then, back to normal again and then...
Have you noticed if there's any triggers that set you off?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. So basically what I have is if I'm actually nervous, anxiety, tired,
Yeah.
I find a lot of those actually do set off my involuntary movements. So, no. But I try and keep them under control now, and I know when things are going to happen. So I then put in my mindfulness to try and help that out. And
no, that's understandable.
Am I right in assuming that medication helps you keep it under control? Yes?
Yes, I do take medication as well. So, they do.
Yeah.
I definitely keep things under control as well.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, we'll go back to 2 songs now, Tony.
Not a problem. I've got the Black Sorrows with Never Let Me Go from the 1990s, and I got some Kiss right after that, but Never Let Me Go. Yeah. And that was just Kiss with the song Beth from the album Destroyer, the year 1976. The vocals are actually by the drummer, Peter Criss, who co-wrote the song with Stan Penridge and Bob Aaron. There you go. Little musical trivia there. So there we go. Now I'm going back over to the interview with Alan and Mel.
Thank you, Tony. Mel, is there anything that helps you keep pushing ahead?
No, there's quite a bit, but my kids are my inspirational, basically, and the family and friends. Basically, what I'm trying to let them know is that no matter how much there is and problems in life, you can always, fight for it. Basically, you never give up. And timing's everything.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Yeah. Without them, I wouldn't have the support I have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. What you've been through, I totally understand and totally understand as well.
We can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people out there that listen to this radio station and they would understand as well.
I'm hoping that my kids have seen everything and my family, and they're going to be able to see that and say, you know what, my mum, my auntie had never give up anything. Basically, she just, fought all the battles. She got strength and she never gave up. And that's what I'm hoping for my kids and that to do, is to go out in the big world and challenge their stuff and also go for their goals.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? They're going to have a great mother to learn by.
Yeah.
They're going to see you do it.
Yeah.
And they're going to learn by it. And that's the main thing, is you're showing them, you can do this.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop you.
No, and that's what it is. Like I said, I've actually come to terms with everything now, which is quite good. But, I'm hoping that, that people can see exactly when you've been knocked down that you can fight through everything. It's just there's curveballs everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just hope people out there itself will be able to, with the illnesses and that, to do exactly the same thing, stay strong and not to give up on anything that they have got there.
And I can see from your face right now, I can see it getting a little bit teary-eyed, but that's because it's so powerful and emotional and very strong.
I was actually looking for tissues.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no.
I really understand where you're coming from.
Very genuine. I like it.
Yeah.
It is hard at first, and but your kids are going to learn by you, and if they see that you're not giving up or anything, they're going to be happy to
follow suit.
Yeah, follow suit. And even if they do fall down, you're going to be there to
again.
There to help them get back up again, and you're always going to be there for them. And I'm really happy. You can see all that, and you know what? Of course, that was the last question. I'm so happy I had the chance today to interview you. You're a big inspiration.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me here. You don't know how much it means to me to be here today to talk to yourselves. It's really a pleasure.
And as I said to you before, I want to get you back in next year.
Of course.
And see how you're going, especially when you told me you're going back for your car licence.
Driver's licence.
Driver's licence, sorry. And you'd be able to tell me what car you're driving, I'm looking forward to listening to that, next year.
I will definitely love to come back and talk to you about how far I've came and all that. It'd be great. Yeah. I'm
really proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate everything.
I really look up to you, Mel. You know,
thank you. Thank you very much.
Great.
No,
I just find it amazing how we're already talking. I'm looking forward to the down the track interview.
That's right.
I haven't even finished this one yet, so here we go.
No, well, hey, you know,
I'm not saying
just by the inspiration Mel showing me.
I'm not at all saying it's being critical, saying how negative it is. You're saying that's how powerful and strong this situation is right now.
Yeah. See what. Everyone, why the songs are on, me and Mel's talking, so I'm learning more about Mel.
Yeah, behind the scenes stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the way I see her, as a really big inspiration. I can see her getting a car licence, buying a car and all that. You know, you got a lot of hope, and like me, you got that never give up.
That's right.
Attitude,
you know,
and it's great to talk to you about yourself as well and find out, because we do need to have people to talk to and everything like that, and have help to sit there and have people to know that we can all help each other and to listen to each other and what goes on. That's right. No, it would be great to have people like that.
Yeah.
And yes, listeners, I can vouch for every one of Alan's words just then. They were throwing words back and forth, and I'm not saying it was not good for air, but it just wasn't part of the plan, so there we go.
No.
Positive, yes.
I got given the questions and, you know, I never wrote up the questions, but, you know, you learn more by talking to someone face to face, and that's the way I like doing my interviews, is face to face, because you learn more.
That's right.
And I want to thank you very much for coming in today for this interview. I really enjoyed the interview, and, you know, I wish you all the best for your car licence, buying a car, you know.
All the everyday stuff that
that's right. That's right. Yeah. And, you know, I can hear big positive stories coming next year when you come back again.
No, I'd really like to thank both of you as well for having me on here. I really appreciate everything, and to be talking to both, I've learned a lot of things as well.
And I can hear in your voice just how emotional
it is.
That's just so how truthful it is.
It is.
And for those of you who just tuned in, I'm Tony Miller, and this is my co-host Alan, and he's interviewing Mel about her, let's say, current situation, yes?
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Brain injury.
Functional neurological disorder.
So thank you so much, Mel.
No worries at all. I really do appreciate it.
Let's not talking like it's going to end right now, because we've still got 27 minutes to go to 1 p.m. So let's...
Well, I've got no questions left.
Okay. No worries. Hey,
well, we can always make up questions.
Just because it's not written down on paper or anything, it doesn't mean you can't still back and forth. That's cool.
Yeah.
That was just America with the song Woman Tonight from the 1975 album called Hearts. But before that, we heard from Richard Marx, the song Hazard, 1991, album Rush Street. There you go. Bit of musical trivia for you, then backing up. Now let's get back to Alan and Mel.
Thank you, Tony.
The interview about Mel's situation. Go for it.
Me and Mel were just talking, and she'd like to do the brain injury talks as well that we used to do before, Tony.
Good stuff.
You know, so I'm going to write to Sean this afternoon to see if he can help us out and start doing brain injury talks somewhere, and just to help other people out that are going down the wrong way.
Yeah, bit of guidance.
And just because it doesn't matter how you get brain injury, all outcomes are very similar. You know, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that have car crashes. I don't mean to say this, but if they don't die, they end up with a serious brain injury.
That's right.
And,
there's a high probability,
you know,
at least, yes.
I would like to try and...
help guide them.
Yeah, guide it down, you know, the numbers of death each year or the numbers of disabilities each year.
That's right, yes.
And me, Tony, and having you
that'd be
as
great.
Well.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be great to have, you know, the three of us going in. They can listen to our stories.
You
know, and they're not going to judge us because we're not there to judge them, rightio. You let the courts take care of them, or schools, you know, teachers or whatever, wherever we're doing our brain injury talks. And
our job is purely just to get up there and speak what's happened to us, our situation.
Yeah, and
once the ball's into their court,
that's right.
It's up to them, yes.
And you know the ones who are really listening, because at the end they'll ask you questions, and to have that where you notice that the kids are really listening and they got their eyes, like you stand up in front of them.
Yeah.
Well, we do. And you can see every kid that's got their eyes on you.
That's the high school kids, yes?
Yeah, the high school kids. Even the adults, we stand up in front of them. I won't say all, but I would say around about 90% of them have got their eyes on you. If we can help try and drop that, reduce the disabilities and all that, or deaths or whatever, crashes, I'd be happy to put my hand up and say, let's do it.
That's right. No, so would I. I'd like to, at least if you can help one or two people that are actually been listening to us, I would love to sit there and see that. At least at that time we've had people listen to you and sit there and we've got across to exactly what can happen.
Yeah, and then they realise too, it doesn't matter how you get your brain injury, it's the outcomes are all very similar. We've sat here and the three of us, we're more or less the same.
That's right. Yes.
There is a couple of things different, but it's so similar.
Sorry.
Everyone's the same. They meet someone and they find that someone else has got some things the same as them. Yeah, similarities. Sorry, my mouth was going. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you have been out of the game for a while, Al.
Yes, over a year.
And now we're just getting back to it again.
Yes. So I really enjoy this because I've met so many people.
Yeah.
I find people with brain injuries, disabilities, whatever, they're very similar to you. So you gain a bond, you know what I mean?
Yes, that's right. We don't realise on how many people are out there, but when you meet them, it's just amazing to hear their story.
That's right.
And to know that there's other people out there that we can actually talk to and see what their strategies are and everything like that, to know what they've been doing. They might help us.
Yes,
so,
that's right. That's right.
Every bit helps.
And mutual therapy, yes?
That's right.
And I wish you all the best on your podcast. I'm so happy you're doing that.
Yeah, no.
And, I reckon you're going to help a lot of people out there.
I will. As I said, it's all about my life and how it has been since I've actually had my accident. And, so I'm hoping that everyone, would like what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find a lot of people out there that are going to listen to it. Have a smile on their face at the end.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it will be, yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much for coming in.
No, thank you very much for having us.
It's been great to have you here. Like I said before, you're definitely going to we're going to definitely get you back on next year, but I'm going to talk to Sean in the meantime, and you might hear from us sooner than what you think.
Oh, that'd be great news. I would absolutely love to work with you two guys again.
And I've got your email, and I'll let you know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
No worries at all.
For sure.
No problems. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Happy to have you here.
Thank you.